everyone, welcome back. My name's dustinkreis, and today we're going to be doing a game discussion video, and we're going to be talking about this game right here, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. I beat this a few days ago and just kind of been lazy about making the video, but finally finished it and ready to give my thoughts on it. But before I do that, I really feel like I should talk about the Kingdom Hearts series sort of in general, because I really have a love-hate relationship with it. I loved Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I really thought they were fantastic games. Still think they're fantastic games. But once Square Enix started seeing the dollar signs for the Kingdom Hearts series, things have gone a little sideways. And once all these side stories started coming out, I really started to lose interest in the series. I played Chain of Memories. I played it after I played Kingdom Hearts 2, so as you know, Kingdom Hearts 2 is probably a little bit confusing for me in the beginning, like, what the hell's going on, without having played Chain of Memories, but played it and didn't really fall in love with it. I do have the RE, Code of Memory, or Chain of Memories to play sometime, but it's not very high on my list of priorities. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, which are right here, so why not pull them out, I thought were fantastic games. And as more and more Kingdom Hearts games have come out and not progressed the storyline forward, I've kind of lost interest in the series somewhat. That is until I heard about this game right here, and people talking about how it was really up to par with the older games. And I feel like in some ways, yes, it really is almost as good as the first two Kingdom Hearts games, but a few middling things hold it back, and it's kind of a frustrating game for me because I really, really want to like it. Just on a storyline basis alone. When it deals with the Kingdom Hearts mythos, I love Kingdom Hearts games. I think they're great. When it deals with going to the Disney worlds, I really lose interest in these games because it's almost like Square Enix, their hands are tied and they can't really do anything with these Disney characters or Disney movies. They have to be, how many times can I play through Cinderella's story before I'm just like, really, fucking again? I really wish they would take some risks. We have such evil villains in these games, Xehanort, Xemnas, Ansem. Why aren't they, like, lighting the 100 Acre Woods on fire? Or, that's kind of an extreme example. But, when you hear so much about what's at stake in these games, and just how, like, the Disney worlds are treated with kids' gloves, it's really kind of storyline-wise frustrating for me. But dealing with Terra, Aqua, and Ventus's story, I really enjoyed each of their individual stories. I really actually found that I enjoyed the separation of the stories. So you only see certain events from certain points of view. And as you play through all three, you really get the true sense and scope of what's going on. The only problem I really had with the storyline is it felt a bit, it felt like too brisk. Like there was just some character development moments. It seemed like almost like Ventus went from being, this happy-go-lucky guy to, put an end to me, 0 to 5 seconds, I guess the other problem I have with the storyline is, and this is Kingdom Hearts again, in general, it doesn't feel like the Disney stories ever tie into the main story. It kind of felt that way back in the day when, like Ansem was trying to unlock all the worlds and stuff like that. But nowadays it's just like, we have this great Kingdom Hearts story, and then we're just going to these Disney worlds just for the fuck of it. So I don't know. Maybe this, and maybe I'm getting ready to play Dream Drop Distance because I really want to get that finished for my top 2012 video. Maybe maybe that one will change my mind a little bit more. Although I hear it's not as good as this one. Let's see what else. Gameplay-wise, very similar to their other Kingdom Hearts games. There's not a lot of, Kingdom Hearts games. They have a very awesome core, which for me really feels like a Secret of Mana game. However, they feel like they have to chuck in all these gimmicks with each game. Like Dream Drop Distance has the Dream Drop thing where you're playing as Riku for a set period of time, and then the timer runs out, and you have to play as Sora, and back and forth, back and forth. I don't know why they can't just make straightforward Kingdom Hearts games and not have to put all these convoluted systems in there. A lot of the stuff that was in this game, gameplay wise, I didn't even touch. I barely crafted spells. I just didn't have to. The game didn't force me to. There was no real advantage for me to do it, because if I just wasn't strong enough to beat a monster, I'd just grind some. Each character was level 40 by the time I went to the Keyblade Graveyard, so I didn't really have any trouble fighting the final battles. But yeah, there's just a ton of gameplay stuff in this that I didn't even touch because I just didn't care. I could have easily. I think my final playtime was like 38 hours. I could have easily, expanded that a lot more by exploring more stuff in the game. But I just wanted to get through the storyline, and I didn't want to, mess around with all these other little things. So my advice to Square Enix is to take it back to being simple and leave all that, extra stuff out. Make it really, really good, and simple. I don't understand why that's such a hard concept for Square Enix. They feel like they have to make every game, like Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2. They have to make it so, convoluted, and they just can't make a simple RPG anymore. But other than that, if you've played a Kingdom Hearts game, you know what to expect in this one. The only thing that's different is you don't have a party. In 1 and 2, you have Donald and Goofy running around with you. This one is a lot like Crisis Core in a way, in that it's just you on your own. One big thing I hate about this game is using the D-pad to select your items and spells while you're in battle, because I'm constantly trying to run around with the analog stick, and I'm having to claw the PSP to hit the D-pad in order to change my items, because enemies will rape you in this game if you're not paying attention. So you have to constantly be on the move, but at the same time, I need that Kiraga spell really bad. So it's kind of hard to get to the spells you want. But, yeah. Graphically, this game is astounding. There are times where I couldn't believe that the PSP was putting out these kind of graphics. And I mean, this is an older game. This is 2010. Possibly 2009. I'm not sure how it, the translation and localization thing, I'm not sure if it was over the span of a year or if both games were released in 2010. But really impressed with the graphical presentation. The only thing I don't like about the graphics in this game is that all the environments are so empty. You're going to the Hercules Coliseum and you're fighting these battles and there's no one in the crowd watching you, but yet you hear cheers. I don't know. And all the environments are just so empty and devoid of life. It's just so strange that you go to these different Disney worlds, and it's like the only people that live in Cinderella's world is Cinderella and the prince and the family, the mother, stepmother, and the stepsisters. And it's like, other than that, no one else lives in this world. There's no town. There's no nothing. It's just, it takes you out of it a little bit, I guess. It'd be nice just to have, just peasant NPC characters, and like Beauty and the Beast, which that world is not in this game. But there is a town that Belle lives in. Why can't you go to that town and have it be like a normal RPG town? I just don't understand why the Disney worlds are so devoid of life. Is it so hard to make, Winnie the Pooh NPC characters, people that fit in that world? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Music-wise, I love the music. However, I kind of wish they would have made a unique song for this instead of having a remix of Simple and Clean. It's not as bad as hearing Sanctuary for like the 90th time. It feels like every Kingdom Hearts game I throw in, I hear Sanctuary nowadays. So it was kind of nice to hear that old song again. But I really wish they'd get Utada to do some new songs, because I really like. I have a Utada CD, and I don't really like her normal pop music. Some of it's actually really good and kind of strange and weird, but some of it's very, on the nose, J-pop. But I love her stuff for the Kingdom Hearts games, and I really wish they'd utilize her more with a lot more new songs. So that being said, Sanctuary is one of my favorite pieces of game music. There's just something about it that when I first put it in Kingdom Hearts 2, I was blown completely away. I thought that was just the most amazing opening to a game I've ever seen in my life. And the opening cinematic that you start when you start up this game and you have the Simple and Clean song playing is a sort of updated version of the Kingdom Hearts 2 secret ending, where you get to see the three people in the armor and all that kind of stuff. So, but musically, I did find it to be a very great game. However, I got sick of the Disney songs. You know, running around. I keep going back to Cinderella's castle, but I really found that world was very underwhelming for me, as well as Deep Space, Lilo and Stitch. But you know, running around and listening to Bippity Boppity Boo over and over again across 3 storylines, it just got a little bit much. And you know, that being said, it kind of transitions to just an overall feeling of the game. I had a great time with Birth by Sleep. I know it sounds like I'm really hard on this game, but I really love the Kingdom Hearts series, and it just hasn't really been there for me with recent releases. I never got, 358 over 2 days. I didn't get Recoded. I'll probably pick them up eventually when they get really cheap, but, you know, where's Kingdom Hearts 3? Is that crazy for me? I want to see, you know, I know they had to have all these stories to sort of build up Xehanort and all this stuff, but at the same time, it really feels like overkill. Like, we should be on Kingdom Hearts 4 by now. When did 2 come out, for God's sake? 2 was 2005. So 7 years ago was the last numbered entry in this series. Is that not insane? Am I crazy? But, you know, Square Enix sees dollar signs with Kingdom Hearts, and rightfully so. They are great games. But there is an amount of frustration I have with it. Going through the same worlds, even though you see different things each time, it's kind of like, oh crap, I gotta go to deep space again, run around that empty-ass spaceship. Or, well, I finished most of the storylines, get ready to go to the Keyblade Graveyard. Guess I'll go to Neverland and grind a bit. So, you know, I wish they would have at least done the worlds in different order. But it's literally the same order that each storyline goes in, which makes sense because they're all following each other, I guess. But I don't know. On the one hand, I liked Birth by Sleep, but the second hand, I really feel like it was kind of a little bit of a missed opportunity. They could have done something. I mean, it is kind of a special game with the storyline and the characters. I really loved all 3 characters and the overall storyline that you get out of it. But I just keep getting the sense that they could have done more. And, you know, I'm getting ready to pop in Dream Drop Distance. And, you know, just from a lot of the buzz out there, I kind of feel like I'm going to have the same experience. Where it's like, you know, this is fun and all, but where the fuck is Kingdom Hearts 3? Let's be honest. We all want Kingdom Hearts 3. Square Enix, just give it to us. We'll buy it in droves. And I don't know what else to say. I mean, I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I cannot hide my growing frustration with this series. You know, complete the damn trilogy. Do we really, I mean, think about it. Do we really need Birth by Sleep, Chain of Memories, Dream Drop, and all of them? Do we really need all those side stories to explain the story of Kingdom Hearts 2? Couldn't we, you know, maybe have moved some of that stuff into Kingdom Hearts 3? I don't know. But anyway, if you're looking for one of the better Kingdom Hearts games, this is definitely it. Definitely recommend picking it up for the PSP because it is kind of a nice little showstopper. There is some load time issues, but you know, you get that on the PSP. But anyway, it's a very solid release, and it's marred by my fact that I'm just getting kind of frustrated with the series proper. And but that being said, individually, it is a great game, and you should definitely check it out. But so yeah, that is my views on Birth by Sleep. It is no longer haunting me that I haven't completed that game. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off here, go upstairs, start Dream Drop Distance, and who knows, I'll probably pull all my hair out. So next time you might see me bald. So thanks so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.